Hey guys, I'm Mitch, one of the hosts of the show. Before we start, I just wanted to thank you all for listening and tell you something cool. In the description of the episode, there's a link to our Discord if you want to just come hang out with us. We stream there, watch movies, game together, and just hang out. You can even be a guest host on our show and suggest games for us to play and review. So don't be shy, just come hang out with us. It'll be fun. Also, there's a link to our Facebook so you can join the page and give it a like, and it helps a lot if you do. Same with giving us a 5-star review on iTunes and writing something small, even if it's just, hey guys, like that'll do. That's fine. It really does help us get to the top of the charts. Thank you all again, and let's get on with the show. Welcome to the Tire Couch Podcast. I'm your host, Mitch, and today we have the guys. All of them.
All of them.
We got Brandon back. He lives.
Yeah.
And
Hello.
he played the game with us. It was fucking sweet.
Yeah, Geist was actually pretty sick.
Hell yeah, brother.
I enjoyed that.
I think we all did.
Getting Geisted.
You fucking uninstalled it like right after you beat it though.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to play it again.
Right. I didn't do the same thing I was going to.
Mike likes to play the same game like 10 times in a row, just so everybody knows that.
Only certain games.
Slay the Spire.
Yeah.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. That was only 7.
Jesus, dude.
Well, the worst part
hate
about
it.
that was you're like, I don't know if I like this game. I better play it 5 more times.
Yeah. Want to make sure. I had to get every weapon to make sure I wasn't incorrect about how I hated every weapon in the game.
What did you settle with? Like, what are your choice of weapons in Elden Ring?
Was it the first time I beat it, I think I used the double halo scythe, and my favorite time that I beat it, I used double claws with the bloodhound step.
That one sounds cool.
Yeah. It caused like a shit ton of bleed, and it was super fast, so.
I want to try doing that with those things, but like, anytime I ever try anything different than Rivers of Blood, I'm just like, nah. Because like, I love that long range that they have.
Well, you pick like the most OP thing from the very beginning. That kind of ruins everything else for you.
I guess. But like, you don't get that sword till, what, 3/4 of the way through the game?
Whenever that one dude his dead body gets possessed by that, the god of chaos.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I was using before that. Like, at all. I think I was using some kind of long sword.
You would have did that quest, you probably would have used that katana.
What quest?
The quest that involves that guy that you had that got possessed. I think you did the first part of it where he's like down by the lake and he's like, oh, you have to kill that dragon.
I don't know.
And he moves to Renala's castle, and then you find him in There's a church that's by the Capitol.
Oh yeah, I did all that shit. Yeah. Yeah, when I beat it for the first time, I was playing with David, and he was like, well, I'm going to stand over here. If you want that Rivers of Blood, you have to do it yourself. I showed you how to get here, so you do it yourself. And I killed him. And then he was like, good job, man. Now look on the ground. And I was like, what? And I picked up my Rivers of Blood. I was like, yes. And he's like, come over here. And I walked over, and he was like, now look on the ground. I was like, what's that? And I picked it up. It was another Rivers of Blood. I was like, yeah. Fucking dual wielding motherfucker.
Yeah. So after that, your game was pretty much just that.
Yeah. And like, they said that they nerfed it a shit ton.
Yeah.
And after they said that, I was like, well, I beat the whole game with, like, help. I want to do it myself. So, I new game plussed it and made it all the way to Radagon and stopped there because I was preparing for the DLC. And like, I don't know why people say it's nerfed or like really shitty now, because it's definitely not. It's fucking badass, dude. Like that, the blood damage thing still did like a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely nerfed though.
Like, I didn't like really feel much of a difference other than like the enemy HP being a little bit higher. Cause I like walked through that game on my new game plus.
Yeah, there's I watched a few videos and they had a before and after where they were attacking, what were they called? The omens in the sewer. Those big troll things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were attacking those and they did Rivers of Blood, dual wielded Rivers of Blood before and after the patch. And the first one they died before the patch, that it killed it. And then after the patch, it like almost killed it.
I think it's funny, like even if you dual wield them, the only advantage you get out of dual wielding is you just get like more hit combos and stuff instead of, because like the main trait of it is that blood spray thing, and you only do that with one sword. Like you can only do it with one. It's not like it does it twice. You can just combo a little.
I like the there was this ant stinger that you get. It's a rapier. I love the rapiers in that game. It was fun. I think that had the highest hit combo.
Oh, I bet. Rapiers in like any game are always super fast and shit. And yeah, I like that aspect of them, but I hate chipping away at bosses. So I'm like, I'd rather just do as much damage as possible as fast. Like, whenever you said you used that rapier in the umbrella or whatever the fuck on Liza P, I was like,
yeah.
Bro, I don't think I could have beaten that game like that. Like, I can't stand chipping away. You need full throttle fucking do it. It's like Malcath's
I need
a fucking
fast
bastard.
weapons where I just feel like it's
like you're doing
like
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Like Malcath, there's no way I would have been able to do that with a rapier. Cause like, the motherfucker just jumps around the fucking arena like constantly. It's like, no, I need to hit him hard instead of hitting him a bunch of little times, cause you only get like so many little times with that guy anyway, you know?
First time I beat him, I'm pretty sure I used the Halo Scythe. So I was just throwing those Halo rings at him.
Oh.
Why my Mimic distracted him.
Right. That's how, like, because I had Black Knife Teach, and I was like, why is Horaloo still, like, such a fucking cunt? And I switched to Mimic, and dude, I beat him first try with my Mimic. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. This is fun.
See, my Mimic was never, like, OP like that. My Mimic would get killed, like, super fast, or it would just do retarded shit.
Mine would get killed fast, but he would do a lot of damage before he got killed. But, like, yeah, they die super fast. Like, Melania, I don't know if I used Black Knife Teach. I did use Black Knife Teach. Because the first phase is the fucking, like, annoying part about that fight. And once she gets stuck with that fucking thing that just makes her health just constantly go down, like, she can't revive me fast enough while that thing's going down. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna beat your ass while I can. And once I, like, stun locked her, it was like, alright. Second phase. Second phase is the easy part about that. So it's like, once you get through the first, you're all good.
It does insta-kill you in the first attack.
Huh?
It doesn't insta-kill you in the first attack.
What first attack?
Where whenever she transforms, she flies up in the air and then crashes down in the ground and has that big flower that takes up like half the arena.
Oh yeah, you just stay to the edges and run around like the whole place. That way, whenever she shoots out like those copies of her that come at you, or that like flower thing comes up. Because the first time I beat her, she was so close to like death, I ran through that flower thing and I was like, fuck it. And I just fucking throttled her at the very end. I almost died doing it, but I was like, this is it. This is like my one chance to really fuck her without her being able to do anything to me but that Scarlet Rotch. So I just did it. Just ran right through it and said, fuck you.
Do you remember the night dude in the tree before you fight her?
No, not at all.
He's there's a ghost form that you fight in the magic place.
What magic place?
The one with all the hands.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh.
A lot of that game I don't remember. Because I was like, I'm just gonna run to the fucking boss. I'm gonna find the path to the boss. I'm gonna do a bunch of suicide runs. It's like, oh, okay. And then as I got to each part, I learned how to fight each enemy, like, quickly, and then just ran. It's like, the whole point of this is to get to this boss. Because, like, how long has it been since I beat it the first time? That's when I would have remembered everything if you'd be asking me right now, whenever I took my time.
Yeah.
Second run, it was like, just get to the end so you can be ready for this DLC. And I just, like, 134 hours for the first playthrough, 20 hours the second playthrough. Just run. Just go.
In my first few playthroughs, I ran into that wolf, like, that red wolf, like, once or twice. And then my last playthrough, I ran into him every single place you could. And he fucking whoops your ass in the Sacred Snow place.
I didn't spend a lot of time in the Sacred Snow place because of that fucking thing that kept on, like, you're talking about the graveyard, right? Like, up where the ice lake is and that ice dragon is and shit, like up in that area where the fire giant.
No, the other snow place where you, before you go to the tree. Melania's tree.
Oh, yeah, I hardly spent any time in that shit. Melania's entire level, I couldn't tell you anything about, like that Helgrid tree, because I just ran through, fought the knight on the horse. Oh, that dude, that's who you're talking about.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. Every enemy in that place is fucking asshole. Like,
I beat that knight dude with the madness shield. I just two-handed it and fucking added a poison effect to it and fucking beat the shit out of him.
That's funny. Fuck that guy. I was stuck on that guy for a minute. The reason I ran through that whole area, because once I ran into the dudes with like the crazy amount of poise, like the metallic looking things, I was like, I bet you this place is filled with that. Nope, I'm just gonna run. Just gonna run as fast as I can to Melania, and we're gonna be done with this. Like, I just want to fight Melania.
Are ridiculous.
Yeah, because my whole thought was, the super boss of the game is Melania. I just want to fight her. I could give a fuck less about this area. I just want to fight her and see how hard it really is. And it's not even hard in like a frustrating way. It's like so much fun to fight her, man. To me, like, that is like my favorite fight in any video.
To the listeners, I'm sorry for bringing up Elden Ring. Sorry.
Everybody loves Elden Ring, Brandon.
Coming out soon.
Yeah, new DLC coming out soon. Can't wait. But anyway, other than Elden Ring, what have you guys been doing since our last episode?
A lot.
Building miniatures.
What'd you say, Mike?
Building miniatures.
As always.
Yeah, I'm almost done. I got 2 more to build and 3 more to paint.
I just play video games, man.
I can't even remember the last episode I was on, to be honest.
Right. You're back from the grave.
What game was that?
I don't know, probably Destroy All Humans.
No.
Was it Destroy All Humans?
I don't know. I don't think so. That was a long time ago. That was like when I first started on the show with you, I think.
I don't know. Oh,
Liza P?
Yeah, probably Liza P. My choice.
Yeah, very good
there's
choice.
the 2023 review, Pal World, Yakuza, Fear and Hunger, and Fable.
Yeah, I didn't do any this year.
Yeah, bro, you fucked up not doing Fable with us. Fable
Well, I
was
missed the discount. It was like you said it was $10, and then I checked it out and it was $35 or $40. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't do it.
I'm
I wouldn't
buying
do it.
this old game for $40.
Right, especially whenever you can go on Xbox Game Pass and buy the game for $5.
Yeah.
But you guys both canceled your subscription.
Yeah, just because I have some weird issue going on where I can't download it for some reason on my PC.
Well, if you really
Oh,
wanted
so-
the game, you could get Game Pass for $10 and then get that for
I
$5.
own the game. I own the box. I own the hard copy, bro.
For the PC, bro.
For the PC.
back in like 2001 or some shit.
Disk drive. Let's go.
Yeah.
Does your computer even have a disk drive?
No.
We just reject that completely now.
I don't think my laptop does either.
Which I think is crazy. Like, even today, I don't care if people are getting everything online. If you have a PC, you should have a fucking disk drive. Like, none of us have fucking disk drives. These computers now.
What are you going to put in it?
What if you want a hard copy or something? You know what happened the other day? Dude, it was sick. Not my grandma. My mom was out at a yard sale just randomly. Like, one yard sale. Stopped there. Found the original hard copy, like the big, huge box of Final Fantasy XIV. With like physical disc and everything, like the online game, and bought it for me so I could put it in my collection because it's a Final Fantasy game. I was like, dude, that's sick as fuck. Like, and that wasn't even like
pretty good.
that long ago. Really. I mean, 14's been around for a while, but I mean, come on, like that wasn't that long ago. It's wild.
Yeah.
But like, big box PC games are fucking sweet. I just don't own any of them because like, I don't really have the room to put them in. But like, even a normal copy, you should be allowed to like. Just be able to pop that bitch.
Yeah. Do they even make, like, newer games, PC hard copies? I don't think so.
I think the last time I saw one was like 3 years ago at Walmart. Honestly. I did still see them in there. I saw them over there. It's just a little tiny section. But they had them. So.
I've always been surprised that you can't pop a Xbox game into a Windows PC and play it.
That is true. That's fair. You should be able to. It's Microsoft, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
These certain titles, you know.
yeah. I mean, I just think that we should be able to still do that. Like, don't reject the physical copy, dude. Cause like, that shit's sweet.
Honestly, I probably could have downloaded an emulator too and played Fable on an emulator.
Right.
Like an Xbox emulator or something.
Yeah, cause you do own the game. So, technically it's not illegal for you to do that. You know what I'm saying? You have the original PC game. But, yeah, man, I don't know. That is weird. It's weird as fuck. Went to that sushi place earlier, and, you got that snap that I sent you, right, Brandon? Of the plum shots we were doing?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's a tiny ass glass bottle with a pop top. Like, on the top, like, a tiny version of, like, a can of soda on the top. That's how you open it. It's really weird.
Read a bot.
But, on the bottle, crazy, it says 100% alcohol. Yeah. And it did not taste like it. That shit was delicious. And, Michelle was like, hey, it's Casey's birthday. It's not really her birthday. Yesterday was her birthday. But she was like, it's her birthday. Do you guys do anything, like, whatever? He was like, yeah, I mean, let me go check. He comes out, brings a free thing of ice cream and these, like, Japanese donuts. And then, like, 10 minutes later, he comes back and has 3 shots for free, too, and just throws them on our table. He's like, yeah, that's from... They're like, are we being charged? Like, no, that's from the back, dude. That's for you guys. So we just got a bunch of
That's
free
pretty
shit.
cool.
Yeah, dude. It was...
So it was like sugary covered dough balls.
Yeah, and ice cream. Like vanilla ice cream and shit with, like, some chocolate. It was pretty awesome, dude. And, inside those plum shots is a... like, wrinkled up plum. And it looks like a little brain. And, like,
I saw that.
Taylor ate one. And her face just instantly just sucked in. She was like, oh god.
Maybe it absorbed most of the alcohol.
Dude, just sour, like the nastiest texture ever. Dude, it was. Cause like, I refused to do it. And then Michelle tried to eat that whole one. That was that video I sent you. She didn't know there was a big ass seed inside of it. She put it in her mouth and tried to
like
bite
a brain.
Yeah, she fucking ate it. She's like, oh god. Spit out the seed. And then Gabby just like takes the thing. She's trying to get me to eat it and I won't do it. She takes it out of the bottle, cuts it in half with her fork, and just shoves it in my mouth. She's like, eat it. Dude, it's so fucking gross. It's like a fucking, I don't know. It's like slimy and tart. And like really sour, dude. It was weird. But that shit was gross. But,
Sounds good.
Well, the drink itself was good, not that fucking shriveled up little brain plum. Gross, dude. But it was a good time. And then we went to the casino and did weird shit there. Taylor, like, went to the wrong parking garage and like, didn't find her car for a minute. That was hilarious. She, like, texted us. She's like, wrong garage. I'll meet you guys there. So, and then hopped on and did it. It was a fun time tonight. But,
yeah.
You guys
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it was really fun. Definitely gonna start going to that place more often. Like I said, next time you come down here, come with us. Mike, you should come too, like, and just not eat fish. They have like actual ramen and shit there, and like like chicken, gyoza rolls. Shit. It's good as fuck. But the place was Dragon Ball Z themed. The next theme is One Piece, so that'll be. Guys, ready to move into game talk? Talk about this sweet game.
I think I've gone to like a Naruto themed ramen house before. It was either Naruto or Dragon Ball Z. It's pretty cool in Orlando. Pretty sure it's Naruto.
What was it called?
Couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Okay, I was just wondering if it was the same place because this place is called Kura, Kura, or something like that. And they have locations popping up everywhere now. Pretty wild.
I think it was called like Naruto or something like that.
Oh, I've heard of that place. When
Yeah,
that
it was
place
pretty good.
When that place opened, it was like all over Facebook. Place that
Yeah, they had
looked good.
cool ass
Dude.
murals. Yeah.
Yep.
They had anime playing on TVs and shit.
Oh, I wish we had
The food
that.
was good.
So like every 15 plates you pull off of the sushi thing, because they only come with a couple pieces of sushi or whatever. You like drop them into this little disposal area, and it makes a count for you. And like every 15 plates, you get a little cartoon that pops up, and then like a prize ball thing that rolls down, and you get the prize and what's in it and shit like that. I thought, like, because it was Dragon Ball Z themed, I heard, like, I was like, no way they're playing Dragon Ball Z because we ate 15 plates of sushi, come on. I turned around and looked, and I was like, oh, it's just, like, their generic, like, weird anime thing that they did.
I don't know how they would feel if, like, a competitive eater went there, just started destroying plates. Dude, like, get the fuck out.
If you ate just sushi and no alcohol, like... You could eat so many plates, dude. Because every plate is like $3 and some change.
Sushi on it.
Yeah, anywhere from like 2 to 4 pieces, yeah. Like the sushi I kept getting today, I didn't really go for anything crazy. It was just like steak sushi. It was like a little better, like the little better rice the sushi is with like a piece of steak on top of it. And there was like 4 or 5 different kinds and I kept grabbing those. And then I was like, alright, I'm gonna get a beef bowl and beer and plum shots.
Plum shots. You don't get,
sake?
Yeah. Hot sake.
Yeah, we didn't do that. Everybody got beer. Fucking Michelle ate like 2 plates of sushi and everything else after that, alcohol. I turned around and I was like, well, because like they were saying something about, I forget who said something about it. I was like, well, she's from fucking Germany. Like, the drinks she's drinking right now aren't even phasing her. She's like, yeah, it's not like, we don't even have like 4 to 5% beer in Germany. Like your bottom dollar, like your bottom like percentage beer there starts at like 7. It was like, yeah. And that's all she did was just drink the whole time. Like, get another beer, get another beer, get another shot, get another shot. It's like, yeah, dude, she's like totally fine. Like, she was the only one that didn't like really order anything, but we're all ordering like udon noodles and fucking beef bowls and sushi and gyoza rolls.
Love some gyoza.
Yeah, dude, that's always my favorite part about that shit. Like, I feel like every restaurant should just have gyozas as like an appetizer. It's like, it's just a
dumplings.
little. Yeah, it's just a little dumpling. Some soy sauce.
I like them better steamed than fried. And
So do
the
I.
sauce is so much better than soy sauce, in my opinion. It's like, I don't think it's soy sauce.
It's,
If it is,
yeah.
it has something mixed with it.
Yeah, it's not soy sauce. What it is, so like Hong Kong, down here where we are, that Chinese place, I always think that they have the best Chinese. I've never found any Chinese place, even the other places in their chain, like other Hong Kongs in the chain. I've never had better food than from this specific one in our town. And, what the sauce is, it's soy sauce, rice vinegar, chili flakes, and,
like ginger or something.
Sesame oil and ginger, yeah. I tried to recreate it, dude. I can't do it. I don't know what the fuck I'm missing, but like, I can't do it. And like sesame oil, like the sesame oil, I don't even put that shit in there because I tried it one time when I was recreating it and I was like, that just like takes over everything. How the fuck do they do it? Like a drop of it just the flavor takes over everything. I hate it.
Yeah, you literally have to put in like a drop.
Yeah, even that drop, dude. Like sesame oil is like fucking gross to me. I do not like it.
It is really strong. Yeah.
It's like, ugh, that shit. You guys want to jump into the game?
Let's go.
Let's go. Alright. We played Geist. Geist is an action-adventure video game developed by N-Space and published by Nintendo for the Gamecube. Released on October 15th, 2005 in North America, October 7th in Europe, November 3rd in Australia, and unfortunately, a Japanese release. A prototype of the game was developed by N-Space, who approached Nintendo to be the game's publisher. Nintendo accepted, making Geist the second GameCube game published on the Nintendo to receive an M rating. The first being Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, which eventually... we're doing a big GameCube list now, guys. So, we're doing nothing but GameCube for a while.
Yeah.
And that shit has been really fun so far. When it comes to the plot, John Ramey, a civilian scientist and member of counterterrorism team CR2, is sent to investigate the Volks Corporation in southern France and retrieve undercover agent Thomas Bryson, Ramey's best friend. After meeting with Bryson, an alarm goes off, forcing CR2 to battle their way out, suffering casualties. Suddenly, one of the agents becomes possessed and kills the rest of the team, with the exceptions of Ramey and Bryson. With the fate
He becomes geisted.
Yeah, he gets geisted, bro. With the fate of the agent left unknown, Ramey is then captured and has his soul removed from his body. With Alexander...
There's this giant cosmic vagina hole that they put like these big fucking stirrups on and then strap him in and just fucking geist the shit out of him.
Yeah, they take that shit. Ramey is then captured and has his soul removed from his body, with Alexander Volks himself attempting to brainwash him to create a new soldier for Project Z. Before this can happen, a spirit named Gigi frees him, and after being taught the basics of being a ghost, sets out to regain his body and save Bryson. And the only other part you need to know is eventually he finds and damages the machine used in ghost separation right before Bryson and his soul are separated. In the chaos that ensues, Rourke, head of the Volks military department, orders that a catalyst beam, quote-unquote, be fired at the machine, resulting in monsters to remove from a rift that forms. Ramey then goes and heads towards a compound, noticing that the escaped creatures from the rift roam inside it, killing anything not from their world. After he saves Bryson, he stays behind to recover his original body. And that's where you come in. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, it's definitely more than about saving Bryson. Fuck Bryson.
Yeah, fuck Bryson.
Dude didn't do shit.
No.
Decided to get swallowed whole by a fucking giant cock alien thing.
Right. I like how there's like the one cutscene where he like goes down in the fucking helicopter, like it totally gets hit by a fucking rocket, and like you never. Obviously, you think he's dead, and at the very end of the game, he pops back up.
Very end of the game, he's
like
"What's up,
end.
buddy?"
Yeah, you're running out of there after you do what you need to do, and you're like, "Oh fuck!" And then just another helicopter comes down, and somehow Bryson's there, and he's like, "Get on!" And then the classic early 2000s thing where you run and jump off a cliff and grab hands with somebody on a helicopter and get pulled in, like. That's it.
Literally.
You see,
hurry up.
You remember
Bryson,
the explanation for why
No.
Bryson's still alive?
No.
He's like, I forget what he says to him, but he's like, "How?" or some shit. And Bryson's like, "It takes more than that to kill me."
Right. Like, I'm just here.
It's not a fucking answer, bro. You were in a fucking helicopter that got hit by a rocket.
Yeah, like, where the fuck was you when I was fighting demons?
Yeah.
Like, I came and rescued your ass, nobody come and rescue me.
Chilling through the desert or going through France. Migrating, trying to get people to help him.
Yeah, he basically just pops up and goes, "I found another chopper, jump on." It's like,
Yeah.
It's like, I'm glad you found another helicopter somehow, but alright.
He's randomly with the chick that you fucking save him with.
Right.
There were some parts of the game that were harder than any of the boss fights, honestly.
How do you mean?
Like the one when you shoot the helicopter down up on the helipad, and then all of those poltergeists just keep coming after you left and right, and you have to keep fighting them off and not let them pull you into the fires or push you off the side of the helipad and kill you.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That was harder than any boss fight besides the last boss fight, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Just 'cause it took a minute to understand it.
I like how they just, like, introduce a new enemy like that by just swarming you with them one after another, trying to figure out what the fuck to do. And it's like, they'll either possess you and drag you into the fire, or like you said, throw you off the fucking helicopter. And let's not forget about the part where you're in the middle of doing that, and then it, like, switches to basically another phase of the fight. And one just, I don't know, the helicopter's been down this entire fight. All of a sudden, the fucking machine gun turret on it just starts shooting you.
Just starts shooting you out of nowhere, yeah.
If
you're back in that hole, you literally can't move anywhere to not get shot by it.
Right. It's just like, okay, dude. That shit was, that whole last part of that game, like that last big chunk, you got like 7 boss fights and that all at the same time. It's like, what the fuck?
I thought it got disappointing towards the end.
Why?
Yeah, kinda.
Cause like, whenever I was a kid and I was reading about this game, I was like, oh shit, you can be a ghost and do all this shit. I was thinking like Legend of Zelda puzzles and shit where you're a ghost. And, it just turns into like your basic shooter game after a while.
Yeah, a lot of parts towards the end do that, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you fight fucking Xavier in his floating wheelchair.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that guy. And his ghost spawn that come after you at the
Sorry about that.
What happened?
An alarm started going off on my phone.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, so like basically you start out the game just being a ghost, and you're like, oh, I can go possess this and that, like, and you have to do like puzzle shit, like, oh, you scare these people. You gotta scare somebody enough to be able to possess them. That's the first thing. So it's like, the whole entire first half of the game pretty much is like, well, like, first third of the game. You're doing these things where, okay, I'm gonna possess a ladder and fall. Like, move myself down and fall in front of somebody where they're like, oh shit. And then they back up, and then you get out of that, and then you, possess like a valve and turn on the steam. It's like, oh shit. And then you possess a fire hydrant and spray them, and then they get so scared that you get to grab them. And only certain people have clearance for certain part of the building, so you have to do these things to get through the level, and that's how they do it.
Yeah, you get in the right. One of my favorite ones was when you possess the chef and you like catch the oven on fire or fire, and then you have to turn the fan on because he's like such a dumbass that he doesn't even smell the smoke, so you have to turn the fan on to blow the burning smoke towards him.
Right.
And then you go over to the plates and start throwing plates at him.
Yeah, and then after you possess them, it's like, what do you do about all these guys? I'm gonna possess the chef and put rat poison in everything. And they're like, hey man, did you switch? If you talk to them, like before you leave the room and get that cutscene where they all just like fall over dead, they're like, did you change the recipe? This tastes different than normal. Right. And then you walk out the room. Different. Yeah, you walk out of the room and they all just like smack their heads off the fucking table and die. It's like, okay.
Yeah, and then you go upstairs and Bryson's there and he's like, good job, bro.
Yeah. It's like whenever you had to go possess all the scientists after that, you didn't have to do all of them. You could only just do one because you needed like one of the super weapons they were working on and fighting about whose is better. Right. Which weapons?
I tried all three.
I tried all of them too, but which ones did you guys stick with? Because I stuck with the one with the. It looks like you're holding two guns and it's like shooting electric, I think.
Yeah, I used all three.
Well, you didn't use them on the boss that came after because you can only use one.
Oh.
I didn't save before I didn't save before the boss fight.
I know, but you can only.
All three weapons.
Yeah. I wanted to try all three weapons, and there's a checkpoint right before the scientist, and all you have to do is like a little bit of fighting and get to the end of that one place. The flamethrower is by far the best. It's the worst on the boss, and the exploding like plasma gun, that thing sucks balls. Takes like 5 shots to kill a soldier. It felt like 5 shots.
I thought it was like a rocket launcher, so I thought it would be good, but when I fought the boss, I was like, I'm glad I went with the electric cannon thing.
Yeah. The flamethrower, you have to get way too close to the boss, but it fucking destroys enemies. Like, they're not even there. You just run through the game.
Oh, whenever you took over the dude that, like, fucks with you throughout the whole game, that fucking commander dude, I like how it goes, we got your special customized armor for you. It's like, hell yeah, dude, and you get it, and then it's just not even, like, anything special at all.
Terrible.
It's like, this isn't even armor, dude.
Those guys kill the shit out of you afterwards.
And, what is it, oh yeah, you can possess rats and shit. And you have to do puzzles as rats and dogs. So it's
and rabbit. In the beginning, you can possess a rabbit.
Yeah. I think the worst
possession.
The worst possession in the game, can we all agree, is the dog trainer. Like, where you're led around.
Yeah, constantly throwing the treat was annoying.
I have a problem.
Fuck you, Mike. You know that was shit.
I just threw the treats and it drugged me around the building. It wasn't hard.
It's not that it's hard, it's just annoying.
I didn't think it was annoying either.
Because you throw the treat, and then you have to wait for him to drag you over there, eat the treat.
You can just spam it.
I tried to do that. He would eat them one at a time, and I'd have to just sit there and wait as he drugged me along and ate them. Is this a game? Why would you do this?
The one that I thought was kind of stupid was the lady that you need to possess that has the little pet rat. Like, you have access to her before you find her rat, but you have to find her rat first before you can possess her and scare her or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole scary thing with her has nothing to even do with her rat. It's you possess a fucking parrot, a random-ass parrot, for some reason that is in there. And it's just like, die! Die! Die!
Yeah, I thought I was going to use the rat to scare her. It's so funny.
It's like,
going back to the scientists, I thought the fucking the microscope slide was stupid.
I was just about to bring that up. You possess a microscope and you like shake, it like shakes and stuff. That's what you do with it. And the dude comes and checks it, and all the little, like, fucking shit under the microscope just spells out, die.
All the little organisms.
Yeah, it's just like, die. Kill yourself.
He continues to stare at the fucking microscope, be scared, and you just come out and go into him.
Right.
Then there's the little slap thing, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fucking sweet, where the dead arm or whatever it was, like that dead little octopus tentacle, he like walks over and you smack him in the face with it.
Oh, yeah.
See, I thought the game was gonna be more like that.
Like, yeah, dude, a
Where you're
lot
just
of it
fucking
was.
with people.
Yeah.
A lot of it was like that, but what, like you said, like halfway through the game, it becomes a shooter.
Yeah.
Like in like a strategic possession game, like you'll be in the middle of doing something, jump out and fucking like jump on a turret, like possess a turret and just fucking gun people down. And then get out and like possess a mine or like an explosive thing behind somebody and blow up. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely had to use it a lot. Like the boss fight that you guys were talking about when you chose one of the special weapons. I used the one that was 2 guns and shot the electricity, but I also started like going to those boxes that explode, and I would possess them and explode next to the boss while he was like rolling past. Took a lot of damage down.
Right. And that whole area is like a maze. So like once you lose the boss, you don't know where he is for a little while.
I found all the health packs. There's like 4 of them in that maze.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I did too.
I only found 2.
There's 2 on the outside wall, and then there's 2 on the inside.
It wasn't really a maze though. It was just kind of like
A grid.
a square
Yeah.
with like 4 alleys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like a grid. Yeah, you're right.
Like, it made me think of Bomberman.
You know, we still haven't played a Bomberman game yet. And I've like hardly ever touched
There's
it.
the one that's just multiplayer.
Isn't that on Xbox 360?
I don't know.
That was like an
It was on everything for a while.
Oh. But yeah, like, I don't know. I really like this game. It's really fun. It's stupid. There's a lot of stupid shit in it, but like that possession ability, it's like the gimmick of the game. You get to use it so much in so many different ways. And like you can do it while you're fighting. Like you'll be running at somebody, shooting somebody, pop out, jump into a turret, gun somebody down, get out, fucking grab them, do this, do that. Like it's really fun to do.
There's also a boss like that in Kid Icarus. I think it might actually be in a more of like an actual maze. It's like this heart that you have to chase around. It runs around the maze. That's such an annoying boss.
I have been thinking about buying that game from 3DS though. Whenever I feel like playing it. I think I'm gonna beat Phantom Hourglass first, and then I'm gonna like slowly.
I thought it was.
Sorry, go ahead.
I thought it was pretty funny how most of the bosses throughout the whole entire game were just called boss because it was the same boss multiple times in a different form, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
until
like
you get to the guy at the end. Can't remember his name.
well, you got
Even the first boss, the guy with the riot shield. The second time you fight him, he's just called boss.
Yeah, I never even noticed that. I
Yeah,
like
what
how
was
they
his
kept
name?
on giving us like that worm thing that would come out of the ceiling, and you have to shoot him in the mouth.
Yeah, that's
That
what I'm talking about.
That was a waste of time.
And then they were like, "Oh, you know, it'd be cool if we put him in like a conch shell and let him roll around and like fuck you up." And then they did that twice in a row. And then after that,
Yeah.
you fight him 2 more times as he comes out of the ceiling, and then like he's just gone forever. You never know.
The first form in his conch shell was better when he's like shooting rockets at you.
Yeah, I'll take that over the fucking grid one. That was annoying. Or what about
Spent most of the time just chasing him around, shooting him with that double lightning gun.
Yeah, that shit was... Yeah, I hated that fight. What about the fucking Jeep, too? Or the car chase thing?
Oh yeah, when you possess the motorcycle and have to get Bryson through the thing.
Yeah, there's like fucking motorcycle people chasing after you, shooting at you and shit, and you gotta get out of the motorcycle, possess like an explosive box and blow them up, or possess the turret and shoot everybody. And then just out of nowhere, there's like a fucking semi-truck. Like a heavily armored semi-truck just coming at you, and you gotta blow up these things on the side or like gun down the fucking
fuel tank.
Yeah.
For some reason, shit like that was in the games constantly. Fucking Sonic Adventure, the first level, you're going down a fucking street and there's a big truck chasing you. There's this big truck that chases you in part of a San Andreas mission. It was just like a thing from that era. It's weird.
Wasn't it on Beautiful Joe too?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you have to fight those things and helicopters that come after you. Like after that, it's all like in a row as one boss. The shit was lame, dude.
What was the guy with the riot shield? Was his name Cord?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you told me that you could possess like the missiles when we were fighting Alexander Volks, I thought about it, and you probably could have possessed the grenades that Rourke was throwing at you. I didn't even do that. Probably would have killed him so much faster.
Yeah. You like shoot him in the face, he'll like drop a grenade, and you can possess it and roll up to him and explode.
Yeah, you guys are lame, by the way. Because fucking...
Why?
That fucking wheelchair dude, I didn't know you could fucking possess his rockets.
Yeah.
I didn't know it either until Mike told me.
That was lame as fuck, dude, because, like, all I did was sit there and chip away at that dude with that machine gun the entire fucking time. You know how long that took? That took so long.
I don't think me and Ben if that was the case.
Well, I mean, it was the second to the last boss, so, I mean, you made it that far, you know what I mean?
Nah, it's like, fuck this boss, this is gay.
Yeah, we were fighting it at the same time, and he gave up, and I beat it, and I was like, heh. Then we both were stuck on the helicopter part for a hot minute, and then I got stuck on Volk's demon for a little bit there at the end. I thought that fight was ridiculously stupid.
Yeah, it was like a combination between like a Ninja Gaiden fight, Kirby fight, and fucking Star Fox.
Yeah, it was
like
just
all
weird.
these weird things.
What demon fight are you guys talking about? The one where the black thing, the
final
black
boss.
Demon? Oh, that guy. Okay.
Oh, the black demon was pissing Mike off big time. Then
oh, dude, it
I
pissed me
figured
off
out-
too. Yeah.
It was so easy for me. I figured out that you can just like go in and out of slow motion. I was just spamming the slow-mo button, and I could see him the whole time when I did that. And like it didn't allow him to grab me once. Like he killed me the first time, and then the second time I beat him.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. No, the really annoying thing was, even though you speed up, your speed up suit thing like goes down really fast, and we're just running around shooting at each other. I was like, all right, I finally beat him. Then this black demon thing comes out, and I'm like, what the fuck is it doing? And it's going into things healing, so I'm like, all right, I'll blow up all these things. I did that. He comes over, possesses me, and drags me into a fucking fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no! And I was like, oh, well, it definitely saved after that, right? No. You gotta do it all over again.
Yeah. When he killed me the first time in the fan, I just blew up all of that stuff while I was fighting the human form of him. That way, when he turned into the demon, he couldn't do that to me. He could still drag me into the fan, but he couldn't hide in the fan to heal himself.
Right. And, like, there's, like, a little spot in that area where there's some stairs, and because this is an old game, and they didn't think, oh, hey, ghosts can actually fly, except for you. You're the only one that can fly for some reason. This demon thing has to follow a track to get to you, so he has to
go up the stairs.
Yeah. I just fucking bombed the shit out of the stairs while he came at me, and that's when I finally finished him. I was like, oh, this is just like a cheat spot, basically. I was like, okay, I'll just do this. He has like a minute. When I beat him, we both had one hit left in him. And I was like, nah, fuck this, and just spam the shit out of the stairs.
See, what happened to me was, my controller had a tendency to disconnect just through normal gameplay, and if I tilted it too far forward. So anytime I would mash a button, instantly it would pop out. So I was fucked. So I like fandangled this rubber band to make my cord like always stay in. And I was like, yeah. And then I was mashing that button, and I was like, this is too much. Fuck this. Because whenever they say the ghost drags you into the fan, you kind of have to use your imagination. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Because I was getting drug, and everything's red on the sides. And then he rubs you on the corner of this big square thing. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I dying?
Too.
And then I look down and I'm like, oh, it's a fan? Oh, that's what Mitch meant. I thought it literally just threw you into the fan and you insta died.
No, yeah, and it's like we were talking about when we were playing the game. Back in those days, there was a bunch of shit where it was like, you have to mash A as fast as you can to get out of things. And that's like what he's talking about. It's like
That's my least favorite mechanic in the game now.
So lame. And that's whenever he's dragging you, if you like hold back or whatever the opposite direction on your analog stick, you can fight it. It doesn't work like extremely well, but it does hold him back quite a bit. And while you're doing that, just mash the A button. It's a lot. Like there's a lot of things, dude.
There's whenever you first enter that room to the right when you go up the stairs, there's that platform keeps going all the way down the right side of the stage, and then it goes down another set of stairs. If you stand in between those two sets of stairs, he has to drag you all the way over to the stairs, all the way down the stairs, and then all the way over back to the fan. So once I sat there, I was like, it was possible.
How many tries do you think that one took you? That was the most annoying boss.
Forever.
Yeah, it took me quite a few tries.
Because of the problems I was having, and then because I thought the fucking button mashing thing was unfair. And then for some reason I finally thought Brandon fucking made me think to use slow motion, and I was like, why wasn't I doing this the whole time? And I beat it like first try after that.
Yeah, and the final fight with like the demon, like I couldn't figure out how the fuck this dude was hurting me for the longest time. Yeah. And I was like, I'm just gonna look this up. Like, what am I supposed to? Because I thought because he like shoots those rings at you, I'm sitting here thinking, oh, you're not allowed to. The floor is lava. That's what it seemed like to me. I would let myself fall to the bottom of the stage, and I would just get hurt. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta levitate, and then I'm getting hurt again. I'm like, what is happening? And I looked it up. I was like, oh, he shoots the rings and they flash before they hit you. And then you have to shoot through the space that it leaves for like 2 seconds.
Well, yeah, that. But there's also like those two orbs on either side of him that are sucking you towards them, which is why sometimes you would, and the closer you get to them, they start to injure you. I'm almost positive that's what was happening.
I never
the same thing would happen to me. Well, was it hard for you to fly sometimes? Like, you were just free flying the entire time, like, comfortably. Like, sometimes you would be going up and then down or to the side.
Well, you control that stuff. I never got sucked in by anything. I felt totally fine flying around. I beat him first try after. I beat him first try after I.
1, 2, 3.
You said, huh?
You say it, Brandon.
There's a white orb on either side of him, and I'm almost positive that they have like a vacuum effect on you. And when you get close to those orbs, they injure you. Because I kept wondering how I was getting hurt too, because I would dodge the rings that shoot at you, and I would shoot through the gaps like you said. And that was fine until there's 3 stages of that happening. But the entire time, those 2 orbs, every time I'd get close to those orbs, I would start to get hurt without getting hit by rings shooting at me.
Oh, when you got close to them. See, whenever I read that, I was like, oh, okay, this is just an arcade shooter now at this point. So I would literally float in place, up and down. Up and down, dodge by going up and down, and just shoot through the holes. And I beat him so fast. Like, that shit was easy once I knew what was going on.
I was getting sucked all over the place. Because, like, I was bouncing up and down. going up over the animations or the was it the graphics? Like I could see the fucking pixels where it stopped and hit the wall.
Mm.
And
Speaking
then
of,
like it would throw me side to side like all the time. I don't think I ever got hurt by the orbs, but also there's little spaces in his rings. Like the
yeah,
first Metroid Prime boss.
yeah, there's speaking of fucking seeing walls and seeing weird grid shit, what about the simulation they make you go through in this game whenever you...
Oh yeah.
Oh man, dude.
Like you are now entering Star Fox.
I
Yeah,
hated the simulation.
yeah, you had a lot of trouble with that, which I found kind of weird.
Yeah, the second part of it was really annoying. Mike said the sniper one was hard for him.
It was just stupid.
The last
'Cause I
part
had
was
to
hard
like
for me.
zoom in. I had to zoom in like 3 times to be able to get that fucking crosshair on people.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah.
the sniper like moves so slow, but it zooms in so fast. So whenever you're trying to dial in on somebody, you better be looking straight at them when you enter the scope. Like,
Yeah. I
this
just
is-
kept spamming it.
yeah, I feel like a quick scope kind of deal.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I would zoom out and then look at them again and hit it until I was like on them.
Yeah,
Instead of just moving it slowly.
the second part that you had trouble with, I couldn't understand because I just like stood there and looked left to right until they showed up and blew them up with the fucking grenade shit. Or the rocket launcher or whatever it was. Like I stood right by the door and I was like, nope, not letting like
Yeah,
anybody
that
near
was
me.
such a pain in the ass though.
I didn't think it
Doesn't
was
the
hard at
rocket
all.
launcher hurt you if you get too close?
Yeah, but I just shot the ground in between the soldiers because they came in twos. So when they would come in twos, they would always be side by side. So I was like, I'll just shoot the ground in front of them, and they both just died instantly. And I would just continually do that.
After playing Metal Arms, where it's like impossible to shoot the ground,
Right.
I kind of don't miss it, yeah. Or kind of miss it.
It's but my hard part was the third part, dude. And I'm like, how can these dudes take so many fucking bullets? So the way I beat that whole third part is I just ran up and dodged left to right and put my gun like literally in their face and just went just like a little mini shot, like maybe like I don't know, 10 bullets every shot right to the face, and they drop like flies. That was such bullshit, dude, because those like Secret Service looking dudes take so many shots before they die.
The Secret Service part where you had to like get 5 inches away and shoot them in the head.
Yes.
200 times.
Yes. That's why I just put my gun in all their faces and just dead. Just move to the next one. I'm not playing around anymore. Like that part was lame, dude. I don't even understand why they put that in the game. Like, oh, we're reprogramming you. It's like, why? What do you mean?
Well, this is what you're actually like the ghost. What are they called? Spectral commandos are actually for. It's to do like they send like a ghost into a highly secure building. And they can possess people and then go to the target and kill it.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the plot, though, because I thought this was, like, whenever they actually showed, like, the lore, like, the backstory of everything. Look, most of the game, there's this little fucking girl ghost named Gigi, like, tipping you off and, like, helping you. And you don't, like, really know who she is at all. And then there's a point in the game.
Right.
Yeah, like, for, like, almost the whole game, you don't know who the fuck she is. And then you get some clarity. And you find her sitting on her bed, like, deep down underneath, like, the science labs and shit. And, like, it's like, what's going on? And she tells you the whole story. Because the evil dude in the wheelchair, who's making this company, like, the head of the company and shit, like, whenever the Gigi is his little sister or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And one day they were like, he was just up in a tree, you know, being kids, and he's up there reading a book, just like, hey, you can't get me or whatever. And she tries to climb the tree, falls and like cracks her fucking head on like the concrete part around the tree, and, like breaks her neck or some shit. And he like takes her all the way down even deeper below that. And there's like, he has this book that's like, isn't it basically the Necronomicon or some shit?
Yeah, some kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I thought he
book.
tried to like possess her or something, and she died when he tried to possess her.
Well, he tried to bring her back to life. And like,
okay.
this demon fucking came out and was like, oh shit, and then he had to shut it off and he couldn't save her.
Got that marked on his face.
Yeah.
Well, the demon possessed him.
Yeah,
The demon
something like
went
that.
inside of him.
Yeah, all this fucking dumb shit like that. And that's basically how you found out what happened. And like, that's why he's running this company. Cause he's evil, yes. But like, this all started because he was trying to figure out how to get his sister back from the dead. Because what had happened before that was their aunt was into all this shit, trying to figure shit out like that. And that's kind of like how he got into it. Because they lived with their aunt or some shit, right?
Something like that, but like they said they lived with their aunt down there in that bunker, which was fucking weird. It had like swing sets and bedrooms, and it was weird.
It's like a fallout shelter. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that whole part of the plot was pretty cool. You're like in this, you go in and it's like all abandoned, you know? And you gotta do a fucking stupid puzzle with a giraffe on a clock. The rhythm game thing.
Little dancing horse. I always thought it was a horse.
I thought it was, it might have been a horse. I could just be wrong, but I thought it was a giraffe.
I thought that was easy.
No, fuck you. I don't know why I couldn't get that down. Like, for me to get it down, I had to slam my fucking analog stick in the direction it told you for it to count, quote unquote. That's the only time it finally worked for me. Because I was just tapping it like normal, and it like wouldn't register. It's pissing me off. And I was trying to and I had to go to work that night, so I'm sitting here trying to fuck with it and beat it before work. So, that was really annoying. But yeah, you go like through there and shit, and it's like creepy, and you have to do this weird puzzle with like some statues with like orbs of light and shit, and then you make like a pentagram with the light and the orbs.
Yeah, that part to me was annoying because I like I looked at the painting, and then I went to the clock, and I didn't set the clock to the time. So I never opened the painting, and then I read the books, and I was trying to figure out the puzzle, and I was like, why the fuck are none of these orbs glowing? I know I'm doing this right. And then finally figured out that I had to like open the painting and go in the secret room thing, and then it worked.
You're gonna be really mad then whenever I tell you what I did.
What?
I went in, Mike told me about the clock, I set the clock, I read one book, and I didn't even understand what it was saying, and I guessed the puzzle second try.
Nice. Would you look at the book that showed a pentagram?
I knew that you had to like light the things in a certain order, and I was like, alright, hit this one. And then I hit this one next to it, and it didn't work. It's like, okay. Hit this one, skipped over that one I just hit that didn't work, and hit the next one. I was like, let me guess.
Yeah,
it's
you just do that.
Yeah, I was like, it's every other one, isn't it? And then I went over
It was pentagram and you had to do it.
Yeah, I went over to the one, I skipped over the next one, hit that one, and it worked. I was like, alright, it's one of these two that's next, hit the right one, and then the last one was obviously the only one left, and I hit it, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude! I don't even know how you would know how to do that. And then Mike's like, oh, there's books around there, you can just read them. I was like, oh.
I mean, technically it is a pentagram, but you don't make the circle, so I mean, it's kind of just a star.
Yeah, it is.
And if you ever used to draw a star on a piece of paper with a pencil without lifting the pencil, it's the same exact thing. You just skip every other one when you do it.
Oh, fuck you. I didn't even realize that.
That's what right away I was like, oh, this is just like drawing it on a piece of paper.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a badass fucking game. It was fun. I liked it a lot.
It definitely was a lot different than I thought it was going to be. Like when Mike told me we were going to play Geist, and I played the first mission, I was like, okay, this is going to be a shooter where I just like kill ghosts. And no, it wasn't it.
See, I watched videos of this game a long time ago. I was like, this game looks hard as fuck. It was hard in a lot of spots, but not in the parts where I thought it was going to be hard from the gameplay that I watched. Like, I'm talking years ago. I just remember watching this video on it. I was like, this shit looks fucking shitty. And it was not like that. It was hard with the bosses, more or less than anything. So, I mean,
I only had trouble with like the last 3 bosses.
I had trouble with pretty much the end of the game. And that Jeep thing. That Jeep thing was being annoying because that truck would come next to those fucking explosive things and I'd blow them up right next to it and it wouldn't affect it. And then you're like, you can just shoot them. So I just shot him and I was like, oh, well, I'm glad I just wasted like a half hour of my life trying to figure out this boss.
Yeah, the last boss pissed me off. It took me probably like 45 minutes.
Damn.
The last boss game, I had like 2-3 tries.
Right.
It took me a minute.
Once I read up what it was, I was like, oh, I can just do that? Okay, cool. I just wanted to know how it was hurting me. Like, I understood that there was gaps in the rings, so that's obviously how you're going to shoot this.
It made me think of fucking Kirby boss. Like a secret Kirby boss.
And, oh, yeah, because once you, like, shoot through the rings and hurt him enough, you have to hit all those orbs and save the middle one for last.
Yeah.
Which...
he shoots things at you out of his knees and shit.
Yeah. The multiplayer was pretty fucking fun, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Like, I don't know. I mean, we're adults, so they were all, like, easy. That last host one where somebody has to be a host. Like, anybody could have won the other two. Like, just the normal shooter game or the one where you possess something and run up and get points. But, like, that part where you're the host, that's the fun one, dude. When you get possessed by other people. That shit was fun. I mean...
I don't know why you enjoyed that.
Well, I know you don't
All
like...
you had to do is press the button a bunch? Yeah. Fuck that.
Well,
It's like I'm being a ghost.
Why did I... Because it was fun to try and beat you guys.
I thought the traps were fun.
Yeah, and we're trying to drag you into the fucking traps.
Yeah,
I get that.
the game mode is called... What's it called? Like Host or something like that?
Something like that. Host or Ghost or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and you, like... One of you is a host, and the other people are ghosts, and they try to fucking possess you and drag you into a trap and kill you. And you get a grenade launcher and a fucking gun that isn't available in the actual main game that you can shoot ghosts with and hurt them. And it is a pistol, and it doesn't fucking have shit for aiming. It is garbage. I hate that thing. But you have this grenade launcher that'll hurt them motherfuckers. So, like, while you're being possessed, you can just shoot a grenade at the ground and get them out of you. But that reload time is so slow. And when you got 2 ghosts on you, like I did, you two, they're just fucking switching in and out. It's like, oh, I got knocked out, so I'm gonna run in and possess him now too.
Yep.
And any time in between, I have to be shooting at somebody. But it was fun. Like, it wasn't hard. Because whenever the game finished, I had 4 kills and you both had 5. So it's like, it's not like super hard. It's just hard enough to be fun. So.
Did you guys collect the teddy bears?
Yeah.
Did you ever have like a use for them ever?
No, not that I know of.
There is a use for them.
They extend your spectral gauge, but like,
you never need to worry about it.
The entirety of the game, I've only had like a sliver of my spectral gauge go down.
Right, like the grass shit. I only ever okay, so you eat plants to regain your spectral bar. I've only done it because in fear of not being able to figure out where the fuck I was going or how far I had to go as a ghost. I did not need them.
Yeah, I got lost and I liked eating plants.
Or like the refrigerator where you can eat a banana or an apple.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Brad?
It happened to me once because I chose the dog before I figured out how to possess the first dog, I missed the food bowl on the ground and I saw an HVAC vent in the wall and I went through the HVAC vent as a ghost and I'm like going all through there and it became like a maze and I kind of got lost in there and I was like rushing to find my way back to the dog and my spectral gauge almost depleted and like your heart starts beating really fast and you feel like your screen starts doing weird shit and like you can tell you're about to die. And I finally made it back in the room and found the dog bowl and possessed the dog right before I died. Or I think there was a plant on the ground in there, but I made it back in the sliver of time.
I think whenever you possess anything, it goes back.
Yeah, it does.
And
Maybe that's what it was. I possessed the dog bowl.
And there's secret collectibles in the game. You get them, and they unlock multiplayer maps and multiplayer.
We must have found them all because when we played multiplayer, we had like everything available.
Yeah. I really like that Host or Ghost multiplayer, though. That shit was really fun. Could you imagine
It'd be
having
cool
8
with a lot of
people?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can play 8 people on this multiplayer. I don't know how you do it, but there are 8 slots. We only did 3. Gamecube only gets 4 controllers, so I don't really know how that works. Like, is there like a,
Can you localize to play with GameCubes?
That's
2
what
GameCubes connected to the same TV?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. Hold on, let's see. How to 8 players on in-depth. Oh, I'm gonna read all that. Damn. Geist shadows. I don't know, it's not really bringing anything up. I have to figure out. I bet you there is like a LAN play. Not a LAN play, but like something that you can do. Like connect 2 TVs like you did with like a LAN party on Xbox or something. I don't know if you knew this, Brandon. Have you ever owned a GameCube?
No.
Okay, so the GameCube has 3 pieces that you can remove from it. And in those 3 pieces, there's ports. One of them is for the Game Boy player attachment. Slap on there. One of them's for an internet modem, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know what the other one is. So maybe that other one is like the way that you do that kind of shit. But this is the only game I've ever seen where you can play that many players on it. So, I have no idea. But that would be fun as fuck, having 8. I don't know. Whose pick is it next, anyway?
Brandano's.
It's Brandano's pick.
Yeah.
Do you think we've said enough about the game? We loved it.
Yeah, it was good. One of my favorite parts about it was where your health bar is. You can see your little character and like everything he's doing as you're in first person.
And the little heart beating thing.
There's one thing your little character model doesn't do. I don't think it reloads. Whatever you do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different weapons in this game, too. You get a rivet gun. That thing fucks shit up.
Yeah, that was cool.
I don't know. It's the weakest rivet gun I've ever had in a game. I think of BioShock 2. The rivet gun was awesome as shit.
Everything in BioShock 2 is awesome.
Yeah.
And also it was attached to a fucking giant metal robot.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking cannon.
Well, you gotta think, if a rivet goes through steel or is made to hold steel together, it's gotta go in there with some kind of force. I think it would be strong as shit, right? You shot somebody with it.
Yeah, that's true. But like from far away, it's like a nail gun. A nail gun has to shoot shit through, but if you like just shot it at somebody, yeah, it would fucking suck. But I don't think. Yeah. I mean, unless you got hit in the right spot, you know.
Probably true. It's not made to go far.
Yeah. I don't know if that would actually work. What happened in Happy Gilmore, where he shot the dude in the head.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
I don't know. Ask Brandon. Brandon, you ever see a nail gun shoot that far and hard?
There's a nail gun in Geist?
No, I'm talking about in real life.
I mean, depends. Depends if you have it connected to like an air compressor or not. If you have it connected to an air compressor, you could probably do some real damage. The battery operated ones, I mean, shoot pretty good, but
the music was really good in the game. I enjoyed the music like a lot. It like brought back.
Yeah, it was good.
It just kept bringing back instant nostalgia to me. I'm like, this is what game. Dude, look at this fucking boss fight, fucking sweet music, like a real boss fight, like an old one. That shit's fun, dude.
The only thing I didn't like was like it kept having weird little bugs happening. And during my first boss fight, there's, you know how there's like that catwalk going underneath of him that's kind of like broken looking. My screen made it look like the floor was completely invisible and that the catwalk wasn't there. And I thought that there was no floor in front of me. So like I stayed like tucked against the wall the entire time because I thought that that's what it actually looked like, but it turned out that the game was just bugging the entire time. It was really strange. And like even the part, when you go into the simulation and it like looks like a computer and you can see all the different colored lines and outlines and grids of everything when it's like transforming the simulation. The game did that for me a couple times when it bugged out, and then a little pop-up came on the screen and it was like, do you want to continue or ignore and continue? And I was just like, yeah. Or even a few times too, when I went to save on a boss or save in general, I'd hit save and all of a sudden it would just make this crazy loud frequency sound, and it would freeze, and I'd have to turn the game completely off and restart it.
Yeah, I never really had any glitches in this game that did that kind of. I remember whenever the simulation would load in. Mike, didn't your shit freeze up on you?
I thought what mine had could be entirely explained by the game itself. I thought it was just like an eerie thing to make it like more creepy.
Right.
That'd be funny. If like the game actually faked glitches on purpose like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and every time you run into fucking Gigi, she's like, Raimi. It's like, what the fuck? And it would like quick zoom it like right into her face. It's like, whoa. Yeah, that was fun.
There's a part too where you get to possess those bats. Remember that part? And you gotta scare the one dude.
The one time with the worst controls.
Yeah, the flying the bat was terrible. And then you possess that guy and you go into the laundry room area and his buddy is like peeping through the hole in this like 4-foot thick concrete wall looking into the showers. And you like have to go scare the woman in the shower, and when you go back to put her clothes on, the dude's just like obliterated in blood on the ground. It's like, what the fuck happened to this guy?
Right.
There's 2 Easter eggs in the shower room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gamecube and Samus Aran's helmet.
Yeah, I was the only one
cool.
that didn't get to see that.
I got lost at that part for like hours, dude.
I got lost at it for a little bit. Didn't take long. I was just kind of like, oh, there's like a thing that says I can go through this wall, so I'm going to. And I went in and I was like, oh, bitches with titties and ass.
I couldn't find her clothes for like the longest time.
Yeah, that's the part I was lost a little bit on it. I ran around like a lot looking for shit. I was like, what am I supposed to do?
The part that confused me in that area was once I got her clothes, I didn't know where to go next. And one of the little office rooms where you have to put the fire out had a computer, and it said something about like a passcode on the computer. So the whole time I thought I was supposed to find this passcode for the computer, and turns out you don't have to do that at all. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I put all that fire out and shit too.
I was waiting, because all those computers you could actually check. I was waiting for it to be like, you see porn on the screen. Or there are porn files in here. I was waiting for it to happen. Because, like, people, like, this is rated M game. People cuss all the fucking time, and there's blood and gore. But, like, I was like, come on. If there's naked bitches in the shower that you have to possess, there has to be some porn on one of these computers. Like, just some kind of reference to it.
The computer that you have to possess when the guy gets scared of the robot arms and you have to turn into the fuse and like roll the fuse all the way across that little bridge thing. I didn't see what the pop-ups were, but you scare him with the computer screen and there's like tons of pop-ups that go on the computer.
Oh,
and he's like, what is happening?
Pop-ups and shit, yeah.
Oh, I do remember that.
They probably were.
Yeah, I remember that. Hell yeah. Maybe that was that reference I was looking for. But yeah, great game, right? Yeah?
Yeah, it was good. It's different, for sure. I liked it.
It was fun. A lot of people say that, this is like a big upset to Nintendo from that time, because this could have been a part of their, like, this could have been a new franchise.
Yeah.
So. They could always do, like, a Geist 2.
They could, but they haven't. And even the Japanese release was fucking, canceled. And, like, Nintendo is from Japan, so why?
I don't know if he could release a game 23 years after the original.
Well, I mean, they did it with
Well,
Crash and Spyro, the trilogies.
yeah, but those are like a beloved trilogy that they could make more money off of. I don't know
Yeah,
if Geist is remembered too well.
yeah. I'm just saying back then, like, what they were saying is, like, back then this could have been, like, a new franchise.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be sick if we got a Geist 2 or a remake of this. That'd be pretty sweet. But I don't think it was popular
Geist
enough.
and Smash.
Every time I talk about GameCube, though, to anybody, like even my mail handler at work, I told him that's what we were playing for the show. He's like, dude, I remember that game. And like anybody I bring that up to, they're like, wait a minute, were you like a ghost and shit? I was like, yeah. And they're like, dude, I remember having that game. It's like, I don't remember this from my childhood at all.
Same. I never heard of this game.
Like, but I mean, it's
I think
a
I
good
read
game.
about it in Nintendo Power.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's just run like a little quick rating then, I guess. What would you give the game? Like, 1 to 10. Just the game. Don't worry about music, anything like that. Just the game. What would you give it? I give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was really fun. Definitely not perfect, though.
I'd give it like a 6 out of 10, just because I feel like they could have been a little bit more creative with the different bosses.
That's fair.
So 7.3.
Hell yeah. What did you give Yakuza Like a Dragon again?
I don't remember.
That is my scale for you. Yakuza. I'm pretty sure you gave it a 6. And I will hate you forever for that. It's like, I don't understand that.
It's not a game for me, bro.
I
Too
thought
much
you
story.
Oh, too much story. Yeah,
It
there's
like
a lot.
drug on and felt like it was the end like 3 times.
That's true. I mean, I guess, kind of. I don't know. No.
Mike kept telling me I look like Raimi.
Yeah.
Like every red-haired person, Mike's like, you look like him.
No. Whenever he fucking...
What do you mean the gingers? They all look the same.
Well, yeah. But, whenever he, there's that one spot where that demon thing's possessing your body, and he, like, slows time and jumps on top of the bridge or whatever, he gives a little Brandon smile. He's like, yeah.
And then the bridge explodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part was stupid. I got stuck on that part too, actually, because I couldn't figure out that wall that you have to jump over. Remember that? When you like go...
Oh, yeah. You both got stuck on that.
Yeah, I went back up to that bridge like 3 times and tried to float across the broken bridge opening and kept falling down. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I was walking into that area when I was on Discord with Mike. I was like, looking around for a little bit. I'm like, what am I supposed to fucking do? And you're like, climb up on the wall. Because I was trying to climb up on the tree. The tree doesn't take you anywhere, but it's like the obvious decision.
There's a table
yeah, I
you have
did
to
that.
jump on that goes through the wall. Or there's a table you have to jump on, and then there's a crack in the top of the wall that you have to jump and float through.
That's the worst part, though, is because I went up the tree. I went all the way down that hole where the light thing was, where the tunnel, where you see the light reflecting. Went down to that wall, and he even says, or something pops up on the screen. It's like, maybe this is a way over. And I was like, well, I can't fucking jump over this wall, so it's not the way. And I went all the way back out to the bridge, and I was like, there's gotta be another way, bro.
Yeah, I was getting ready for work. As soon as I entered that underground area where the clock, like where you're talking about was, I didn't even look. I just said, Mike, where do I go? I know that there's a place to go. You said a clock. I don't see a clock. There's a crack up on that wall. I don't know what to do. And then you're like, just jump on the table and then jump up and float through the fucking crack. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like that
Pretty
entire
sure you guys
area.
didn't tell me.
Yeah, that entire area was just a speed run for me because I was like, I have to go to work and I really want to like beat this part because I don't know when the last save point was. I was like, I gotta get this done. So, but yeah, fun game. What's the next pick? Mirando.
Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex.
Nice. I mean, we knew because we already started playing it, but
Right.
But you're an asshole for picking this game.
I hate it.
Mike is
Isn't
just
this your first Crash Bandicoot experience, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy to
Every
me.
bit of it.
Hey, I'll tell you this, Mike. Think about it like this. There are 3 other Crash Bandicoot games that came out on a system that was younger than this.
Yep.
So you're really not getting the shittiest end of it.
Well, isn't this the first Crash Bandicoot game?
No.
The Crash Bandicoot games look fucking hideous if that's the third one. Because, like,
No, this
I
is
think
the
it
4th
looks
one.
more like interpretive
yeah.
art than it looks like actual images and things.
The remakes look amazing. Like, they do look like great games, and they play totally different, but remember how I said I thought this was the 3rd one? It's not. It's the 4th one. It's not a part of the original trilogy, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But just think about that, Mike. People were playing 3 other Crash Bandicoot games on a system younger than this one.
Yeah, the original ones were on PlayStation 1. Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2. What does that say? Cortex Strikes Back. I remember that one a lot. Crash Bandicoot Warped. That one was sick. This one's from 2001 that we're playing.
Yeah, this is the 4th one. Whenever, see, I thought this was Warped because of the W. I just kind of like thought about that, like in the title. And I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure this is the 3rd one, and it was Warped that was the...
Well, this is technically the 5th game because after Crash Bandicoot Warped came Crash Team Racing, then Crash Bash, and then this game.
Oh, we don't talk about this. Well, Team Racing, everybody for some... Dude, after they remade like the trilogy for Spyro and Crash, they remade Crash Team Racing. And I had never heard of that game my entire life. And Nathan and August were like, what the fuck you mean you never played CTR, bro? And I was like, you are the only 2 people shouting this on the top of the world right now. Like, I've never heard of this game ever, dude. And,
I think I played it a few times.
like, are you trying to tell me that this game that you're talking about, that's getting remade, is better than Mario Kart? Is that what you're trying to tell me? They're like, yeah. I was like, there's no way. And then I watched gameplay, and I was like, nah.
There's a lot of Crash Bandicoot games, actually, that I've never played. That's crazy how many there are.
Yeah, they have crossover ones with Spyro on the Game Boy Advance. Spyro Orange.
Yeah, I never played that.
And then there's Crash Purple or some shit like that. I don't know. They go into each other's worlds is what I think it is.
Crash Bandicoot 2, Entranced, Crash Bandicoot, the Huge Adventure. Never played that.
Never even heard of that one. I heard about Entranced before, though.
Crash Twinsanity, 2004.
Heard of that.
There's Crash Boom Bang.
Never heard of that.
Crash of the Titans.
Heard of that, yeah. That one I do want to play. That one looks cool.
There's another Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart that came out in 2008. Crash Mind Over Mutant. Crash Bandicoot Mutant Island.
Never heard of that at all now.
That one's from 2009. There's another Crash Nitro Kart in 2010. Skylander. Oh wait, no. I don't know why that popped up.
Spyro's and Skylander.
Crash Bandicoot, what is this? Insane Trilogy? That's just like a remastered one, isn't it?
That's the remaster of the first 3 games.
Yeah. There's some all the way up till 2023. Crash Team Rumble. Crash Bandicoot on the Run. That's crazy, dude. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, and it's wild to me to think that the same team developed Crash developed Spyro, because Spyro is a much better game in every way, shape, and form.
You think so?
Oh yeah, dude.
I feel like the mechanics are kind of like similar in a way, though.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you're in like a way, you're not in a linear path. Like, Spyro isn't like a linear path kind of thing.
It's like big open levels, yeah.
Yeah, and
some of them
way better, like way tighter, way better controls, in my opinion, and just better games. Crash is hard because of the fucking perspective.
Yeah, well, that's good. Should be hard.
Well, I want it to be
easy.
I want it to be hard, but I don't want it to be a you have to touch the very edge of this platform for me to jump to the other platform and actually make it.
Right.
And you constantly have to hold in the diagonal stick in that direction to make sure you float all the way. And you gotta make sure you do that at the top of your jump. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Or some of the jumps, like, it feels like you can't jump high enough to get onto something, so you have to do the belly flop thing in this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I like Crash Bandicoot for what it is, but I think they should just remake every Crash game like they did with Insane Trilogy, and then just go from there. Like, fix it all, and you got way better games. You got way better games.
I feel like it wasn't different though, because I had that on my Xbox 360 or my Xbox One, and it was just Crash Bandicoot, but better graphics. There was no difference in the controls.
See, I thought it had way tighter controls because I was just playing it the other day on my PlayStation. My 5.
I think it's just crispier.
You know you could play Crash Bandicoot 3 on Uncharted 4?
No.
Drake's Uncharted?
Yeah, Nathan Drake.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool as shit.
How do you do that?
It's it's an Easter egg in the game.
You find like a TV with a game console or something and start playing Crash?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Right, that's like what he was telling me about Animal Crossing. You can play 10 different original Nintendo games.
Is that on the GameCube Animal Crossing, the original one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They
actually,
took it out of all the other Animal Crossing games.
we just found out that Animal Crossing, where everybody thought it began, actually didn't. There's a Japanese game called Animal Forest on the N64, and that is the original Animal Crossing. Pretty crazy. It's like, wow, okay, cool. I kind of want to see what it looks like on N64. I'm probably going to go look at it afterwards, but
Shit.
You guys want to call it here? Good show? Good episode?
Yeah, good game.
Alrighty. Catch you guys next time with Crash. What was it called?
Wrath of Cortex.
The Wrath of Cortex. With the shittiest bosses ever. Alright. Later.
Adios.
Later.